Telangana Regional Council will be discussing the following aspects. What are the aspects? Like, it is a decision-making body on some subjects. First, planning and development. Why planning and development? Because Telangana as a region which is talking about discrimination or bias by the Andhrites in the past because of Mulki and many things we can see. So now Telangana wants some safeguards. Planning of Telangana should be done by Telangana people. Development in the region, in districts should be decided by the Telangana people. This is what they thought. Now itself I am talking about one thing. Telangana movement, when we talk about Telangana movement, we always talk about Neelu, Nidhulu, Niyamakalu, water, resources and employment. Water, resources and employment are just physical aspects. Above all, there is another aspect, a democratic aspect, which is a political concept, that is self-rule. We have to rule ourselves. Whether we are poor or rich, it doesn't matter. We have to rule ourselves. I am poor, so you come and rule, no one will tell in this world. That is the basic concept of democracy. So here also, planning and development. Who has to plan the development of Telangana? Telangana people has to plan. The representatives of Telangana should plan. That is why Telangana, when you have already doubts on the other party before merger itself, so what we are talking about is the planning and development should be done by Telangana Regional Council. And second aspect is irrigation. Because when they were meeting fuzzily, when they were meeting States Reorganization Commission, SRC, fuzzily, they were representing about the dams like Nandikonda and Kushnapuram, which are Telangana projects. They said, we may not get better deal under the unified Andhra Pradesh. So irrigation will be dealt by TRC. Next aspect is agriculture and related schemes. There is a huge gap. Actually, Telangana and Andhra has a huge gap in many aspects. Agriculture in Andhra completely developed under canal irrigation by British policies and different story. In Hyderabad state, you have a different story to tell. Geographically also, it is a semi-arid region. You have tanks, you have minor irrigation projects, you have wells, and you don't have big canals. Whereas Andhra has canals. From Sir Arthur Cotton, you can see the canal irrigation has become the major aspect, major source of income, major source of richness in Delta region. In Telangana, since Kakatiya ages or Shatavahana ages, we can see we were completely dependent on tanks, wells, because this is the plateau. Canal irrigation is supplementing only. So in this entire scheme, agriculture is also developed in a different mode. So agriculture should be dealt by TRC. Next, industrial development. The same thing. We have two paths of development, and if you merge into Andhra Pradesh, we may not get the perfect deal. So industrial development. Then employment. No need to talk about employment. Employment is the main and major and only and the biggest problem always in the issue of Telangana. Always we talked about employment. You can take any period, any movement, beginnings of every movement has the beginnings in employment issue or education issue. So employment is very important. So employment will be discussed, employment will be decided, how recruitments will be done by TRC. This is what we have decided in gentleman's agreement. Then local self-government. Local self-government means the municipalities or local bodies, village level administration, all these things will come under TRC purview. Public health, sanitation, local hospitals, dispensaries, primary and secondary education, regulation of admission to the education institutions. All these things were kept under TRC. Then prohibition. What do you mean by prohibition? Prohibition means liquor prohibition. Complete prohibition means ban on the sale of liquor. This is prohibition. In Telangana, you have lot of excise income on liquor. In Andhra, there were periods when liquor was banned and there is less income on liquor. So there is an apprehension, or there is always a debate about the issue of liquor with Telangana and Andhra. And Andhra, it's actually, they heckled and they used to tell that Telangana is rich because you booze more, you drink more, and because of liquor income, you are a rich state. It is not true. Liquor income, excise department perfectly organized. That is why liquor income is perfect. It's unlike Andhra state. And here, prohibition is a topic. Already it was on the debatable point. Always this is in the society. Because of Gandhian principles and many things, liquor prohibition is always on the agenda. That is why today also, if you see, the Department of Excise is known as Prohibition and Excise. It is not just Excise Department. Prohibition, total prohibition is the main goal according to Constitution. So, prohibition is always there in that. Then, sale of agricultural lands. What do you mean by sale of agricultural lands? Our agriculture lands are rich under project areas. When Nizam has started construction, Nizam Sagar Dam, and Nizam Sagar came into existence, lot of people were called in and came in to Nizam Sagar area. So, wherever you have, you see, in Telangana, the rate of the land is very less, price is very less. And in Andhra, you have huge. So, if you sell 1 acre there, you can buy 10 acres here. So, when the influx is happening into Telangana state, what will happen? Telanganites will lose their land, and many of the non-Telanganites like Andhras will come and settle down. So, TRC will see or regulate the transaction of agricultural lands. This was the main provision in this. Then cottage and small industries, it is dependent on your rural economy. So, all these topics were kept under the purview of TRC. TRC will decide on these matters. Council will decide on these matters. This was part of the gentleman's agreement. Next, what is the composition of TRC? TRC is a body with 20 members. 9 legislators from Telangana district, 6 MLAs, 9 legislators from Telangana districts. These 9 will be representing each one district. 6 MLAs or MPs from Telangana to be elected by the Telangana legislators. 9 MLAs, each representing one district, okay, 9. Then plus 6. These 6 will be elected from MPs or MLAs from Telangana who are representing Telangana. These 6 will be elected by the Telangana legislators. So, total 15. Then next 5. 5 non-legislators elected by the Telangana MLAs. So, total 20. So, these 20 people will be the members, and all the ministers from Telangana region shall be the members. Ministers from Telangana region, they are the people who are representing Telangana's interest in the cabinet. So, they will be the bridge-like people between the TRC and the cabinet. You discuss something in here, TRC, and that will be taken into cabinet. So, that is why all the ministers de facto will be the members in TRC. And CM or Deputy CM, Chief Minister or Deputy CM, whoever is from Telangana will be the chairman of this TRC. We will talk about the CM or Deputy CM provision in the next condition. And cabinet ministers can be invitees. They are not members, invitees. For example, you are talking about one particular department. You are discussing about one particular department. You can invite that particular cabinet minister so that you can have a much more better deliberations and take decisions. So, they are invitees. And this TRC arrangement will be reviewed only after 10 years. This is the provision in gentleman's agreement. So, for 10 years, TRC should be there. Unfortunately, what has happened? TRC as council did not come into existence. It came as committee and nothing was happening with all these things. Only a few things could be done under TRC. So, next points under gentleman's agreement about the cabinet. See, when you are merging this region with Andhra region, the next cabinet, the shape of the cabinet, the composition of the cabinet, the essence of the cabinet should be representing both the areas. If there is an imbalance, the cabinet cannot justify this merger. That is why first point is in the cabinet 60% will be from Andhra, 40% from Telangana. This is based on the proportionate population. 60% from Andhra, 40% from Telangana. In this 60, take Andhra separately and Rayalaseema separately, definitely it will be lesser. But 60, because this 60 is part of Madras province and this is Andhra state. So 60. Then at least one minister from Telangana shall be a Muslim. For example, there are 10 ministers, 6 from Andhra and 4 from Telangana. Among 4 also, at least one should be a Muslim. Why this provision? This is to pacify. This is to assure the Muslim people or Muslim minority in Andhra Pradesh. Because they were getting all the plumpos and they were happily in the court under Nizam. But after Nizam, under Jairin Chaudhary or Vellodi or again coming to Andhra Pradesh, if they are getting a raw deal, they will be sidelined. It is not good for democracy. So Muslim representation was guaranteed through this point. So out of the ministers from Telangana, one should be a Muslim. This was the condition. And again, important portfolios and division. For example, there are some portfolios which are not considered as so important. Every department is important, but some departments are more important, like home, like revenue. Home is related to law and order. You can control the whole state. Revenue controls the finances of this state. So some departments like home, finance, revenue, planning and development, commerce and industries. These 5 departments are crucial. The agreement says out of these 5 departments, 2 ministries should be allocated to Telangana people. Means out of 5, 2 to Telangana means all these 5. How they were violating such provisions, we will see. For example, you take, they have given revenue, one of the important ministry, revenue to a person like V.B. Raju. Very interestingly, V.B. Raju is, though he is representing Telangana, he is not a pure Telanganite. He was a settler here. So automatically, giving the portfolio to V.B. Raju, they could dilute all the aspects of revenue in the future. That we will see when we discuss violations. So, last point about the cabinet composition, either CM or Deputy CM should be from Telangana. The condition is, if the CM is from Andhra, Deputy CM should be from Telangana. If the CM is from Telangana, Deputy CM should be from Andhra. This is another important aspect. Then, gentlemen agreements, other points are also there, which are not directly linked with the major aspects, but there are aspects like prohibition. Prohibition, we discussed this prohibition will be under the purview of TRC. At the same time, prohibition, gentleman agreement clearly says, this prohibition can be decided by the legislators from Telangana only, not all. Not the entire assembly will decide about the prohibition in Telangana. Legislators from Telangana only will decide about the prohibition. This is one provision. Land transactions in Telangana was put under TRC to safeguard the interests of the agriculturists of Telangana. Otherwise, they will get alienated from the land en masse. En masse means en masse. It is not just 1 or 2 instances. Lakhs of acres will be purchased by the other people if this provision is not there. That's what they have visualized, but still they violated. We will see how they were violated. Lastly, this is not related to the administration or the people or the state. This is related to the Congress party. This is the interesting aspect of Telangana's whole movement and gentleman's agreement. See here, gentleman agreement is talking about the people, administration and all those things is good. But what is the link between the party? A party can be there in the power or not. But they made one provision in Telangana agreement, the gentleman agreement, about the existence of Telangana's party, Telangana's Congress committee, to continue till 1962. Means, though Telangana is merged with Andhra, Telangana Congress committee will be functioning separately as a body of the Congress, and they will have their separate president, their separate council, separate committee and all those things. So this provision they have made. You can see this. Though Andhra Pradesh was still unified in the last days of United Andhra Pradesh, Telangana Congress Committee was separated and Andhra Congress Committee was separated. This was just exactly the mirror image of the merger period. Telangana Congress Committee was headed by Telangana people, and Andhra Congress Committee was headed by Andhra people. This happened before 2014. The same thing here. Gentleman's agreement has a provision of Part-2 because all the 4 members who are signatories are from the same party. All the 4 members of Telangana are from the same party. There is not much difference. So this is related to the party. And coming to the other aspects. Other aspects includes the name of the state. What do you mean by name of the state? It is Hyderabad state till date. This is Andhra state. After the merger, what will be the name? Is it Telangana or Hyderabad or Andhra? So in the deliberations, very interestingly, all these things they decided about the council, about the land transactions, they gave away. But they did not decide upon the name of the state. Why? Because they clearly understand that name of the state is also very important. Erase the Telangana identity itself from the essential aspect, that is the basic name of the state. Telangana has proposed the name of the state should be Andhra Telanganam. And Andhra's proposed that we don't want Andhra Telanganam, but we want something else. And they have favored the Andhra Pradesh because when they have discussed about this Telangana state, when they have discussed about the unified Andhra Pradesh, in the select committee, after the proposals went to central government, they made some changes. Central government has given some new name, that is Telangana Andhra Pradesh. Telangana Andhra Pradesh was the name given in the select committee. And Andhra people said, why Telangana Andhra Pradesh? Just keep it as Andhra Pradesh. And Telangana name has been erased from the proposal itself before getting finalized. So this is number 1. Andhra favored Andhra Pradesh, which was discussed by central government. And High Court. Even today we have this problem. Though the state is divided in 2014, we are in 2018 and High Court is yet to be divided. Why always you have a problem with High Courts? The same thing, if we go back to the history of Andhra state, High Court was the riddle, High Court was the puzzle, High Court was the thorn in the formation of Andhra state. Prakasham Pantulu, Andhra's claim that he was a staunch champion of Andhra cause, and he was completely in favor of Madras High Court. And that was one of the important contradictions in the formation of Andhra Pradesh. Because many advocates and the rich and many interests, landed interests or many political interests are associated with the High Court too. That is why, though everything has been shifted, High Court isn't shifted till date. For that, everyone is ready to have 2 High Courts, but nothing moves forward. This is what we have to understand. And again, interestingly, you can see what has happened. Telangana people proposed the High Court bench at Guntur. And the headquarters, since this is Hyderabad is the capital, there is no discussion about capital. Because Hyderabadis or Telanganites are ready for Hyderabad as capital, and Andhras are always trying to get Hyderabad as capital. So there is no contradiction, there is no debate, there is no such a discussion or deliberation. It was assumed that Hyderabad will be the capital for United Andhra Pradesh. Because Bijawada Gopalareddy like stalwarts were saying that don't get apprehensions that we are eyeing on the beautiful city of Hyderabad. Even in the statement itself, he describes Hyderabad as a beautiful city. Because Hyderabad is infrastructurally developed and every way, all round development was there, and ready-made capital for Andhras. So here, High Court is not such a case. High Court is purely administrative thing. So Telangana people, though they have proposed, they said you should have a bench, High Court bench in Guntur. But Andhra said no need of any bench. Interesting thing is, they should have a bench. People will be suffering if everyone has to travel up to Hyderabad. Instead, they can have a bench in Guntur. High Court bench Guntur means it will serve the people of Andhra region. But they didn't want. They wanted to have the High Court in Hyderabad only without any bench. And Andhra Congress Committee agreed for the separate Telangana Congress Committee in 1960 till 1962 because it doesn't affect the interests of the Andhra ruling class. Because they understood both are there in the same Congress party. If at all there is a contradiction, there is central government or central cabinet or central party. Congress party president or central party will force the Telangana leaders to take a decision in favor of Andhra's opinions. So they were not worried. But in terms of name, in terms of High Court, they were adamant. They could not decide. And it was left undecided. And these are the major aspects when we talk about gentleman's agreement. In the next chapter, we will be discussing threadbare about the violations. Violations were done in a huge way. Means you can't expect that each and every provision of gentleman's agreement was violated. There is nothing left for non-violation. And after the gentleman agreement, this gentleman agreement is to remove the apprehensions and make some rules so that the next state which will be formed as a unified state will have the interests of both the parties safeguarded. That is why we call all the points in gentleman's agreement as safeguards. Remember this word, you should say safeguards. Safeguards in gentleman's agreement. The agreement signed on February 20th was the instrument for the merger. Once you have a political unity in terms of this, what will happen? The next stage is reorganization of states. In that process, 1956, August 31st, the States Reorganization Act 1956 was passed. And with that, Andhra Pradesh state has come into existence. Once the Andhra Pradesh state has come into existence, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao and the erstwhile Hyderabad state's legacy has been erased forever. I am saying this as a political statement. Actually, with the formation of unified Andhra Pradesh, all the things which were done in the past need not be erased within short time. But it happened. Why? Because since day one, in Telugu we use the word 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗧 means even before the ink which is on the paper is soaked, we started violating it. 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 𝗚𝗧 మనం దాన్ని ఉల్లంఘించడం మొదలు పెడుతున్నాం. We started violating it. So, in this process, violations can be discussed threadbare in the next chapter. But what was the apprehensions of the people? Though Telangana got merged with Andhra, people are not so happy because people were not given the choice of taking a decision on merger. It was a political discussion, because Congress has monopolized the entire thing. Opposition communists are also in favor of merger. So where is the role of the people? That is why we say people always opposed merger. 1952 they demanded separate state of Hyderabad. In 1952 to 1969, from 1952 to 1969, you had all the problems piling up in each and every aspect of gentleman's agreement, and that is why in 69 again we said Jai Telangana. Again in 2000s we started a movement again separate statehood. It is not that people got convinced about Telangana and merged with Andhra Pradesh. It is because it is a political decision of Congress and it got merged. Very interestingly, because of the political decision of Congress only, again Telangana state was formed. Though it is not the sole decision, Congress political decision to support Telangana's formation is one of the important aspects for the formation of Telangana. So, when we think about the formation of Andhra Pradesh, what has happened? Nehru clearly warned. In his words, we can see you have a huge responsibility on the shoulders. What is the responsibility? He said, Andhra leaders has huge responsibility on their shoulders. You have to win the confidence of Telangana. This is what Nehru said. Winning the confidence, agreement will be on the paper, but winning the confidence shows the sincerity. And unfortunately, there is 100% lack of sincerity in implementing gentleman's agreement. From day one, as I said, the basic aspects, the important aspects like Chief Minister should be from one region and Deputy CM from the other region. For example, if Deputy CM is from Telangana, CM should be from Andhra. If CM is from Andhra, Deputy CM should be from Telangana. And this is the simplest thing which they could do. There are eligible people like other employment aspects, many times they said, no eligible candidate, so we did not take. No eligible candidate, that is why no jobs. But here, there is a stalwart like K.V. Rangareddy, who already served as a minister. He could have been deputy CM. But 𝗳𝗬𝗓, who was the chief minister, did not make any attempt to have a deputy CM post. Instead, he heckled and he said, deputy CM post is like the sixth finger. Some people have the sixth finger. By birth, they have the sixth finger. All these 5 fingers have some responsibilities or duties, but the sixth finger is not a functional one. It's just a rudimentary thing. Like our appendix, the sixth finger do not have any work to do. He compared the deputy CM post with the sixth finger. Then why you had the provision of sixth finger in your gentleman agreement? And gentleman's agreement is signed by 𝗳𝗬𝗓, he himself. So this is the violation. We'll be talking about the violations in a separate chapter. And about the High Court, Chief Justice 𝗂𝗽𝗱 𝗺𝗏 was the Chief Justice of Andhra High Court, and he was instrumental in discussing about the High Court formation in Hyderabad. So, when we talk about gentleman's agreement has an important role in Telangana debate. Since we have taken all the points which were signed by the leaders from Telangana and Andhra, now what is the importance of gentleman's agreement? What should have been done? What was not done? What should have been done? The gentleman's agreement should have been implemented in toto, because they have signed it, because they made it as an instrument for the merger of Telangana with Andhra Pradesh. Without gentleman's agreement, we were not ready to accept the merger. And gentleman's agreement paved way, it made assurances about the safeguards. That is why Telangana joined with Andhra. But what has happened in the course? Gentleman's agreement was violated. When we talk about gentleman's agreement, another important juncture in the history of Telangana formation, that is 1969 movement. In 1969 movement, when people were discussing about the violations, and that is why we are fighting for Telangana, separate Telangana, again the whole cabinet resolved that they accepted, and GO number 36 they have issued, and in the prologue itself, in the beginning itself, they have accepted, they have resolved, said that gentleman's agreement was violated completely. That is why 1969 Telangana movement. So 56 gentleman's agreement was violated till 69. And do you think this violation continued or discontinued after 69? Since the cabinet has signed and said that yes, violation was done? No. We will see in the due course. 69 onwards, again, they have twisted whole arguments, and gentleman's agreement was the main issue in the entire discourse of Telangana.